All right. Well, welcome everyone. This is Darin Kidd, and we appreciate you taking a few minutes to jump on today. And my job as a host is to give you quite a bit of information in the shortest period of time that I possibly can, but also to make sure that your time is well spent and you get enough information to help you make a well-educated decision. Now, I do know that there are people on here for several different reasons. Some of you've jumped on, you're like, you know what? I don't think I'm interested, but I'm here to support a friend or a family member or a business associate. And because they would do the same thing for me, that's awesome. Some of you are here because you heard about the platform that you're actually on right now. And this is a really cool platform. No matter who I jump on with, we're talking to several organizations that have over 1 million team members right now because the power of this platform. And it's not just a video conferencing platform. It's much more. We're going to share that with you. Some of you are on here because you've heard about the ability to benefit from blockchain and to be a node owner, to actually be a part owner of a platform like this. And we have people go, hey, look, I just want to find out how I could be a part owner of the platform and the community and the blockchain. I don't want to share this with anyone whatsoever. That's okay. We're going to hit on that. And then some of you here like to go, hey, look, I just want to know about all of it. You know, I want to know because I understand that what got me to this point in my life is probably not going to get me to the next point. And so I'm open-minded, which I want to congratulate you on that because there's an old saying that your mind is like a parachute. It only works when it's open. So we got quite a bit to cover, but I will say this, thank the person that invited you. Because when we put these overviews together, we said, listen, you want to think about the people that you love, you care about, you respect the most. Those are the people that you want to invite, because even if it's not for them, you at least want them to have the opportunity to review the information. And if they benefit from what we're getting ready to do. So to get started, we're going to start with a couple little disclaimers. One, this one you can screenshot because it's a lot of words. And I'm at that age where I need some glasses if I'm going to read that small a print this close up. And so if you can screenshot that, this one I can read. It's a disclaimer summary. And so the presentation I'm going to give you over the next few minutes may contain some forward-looking statements. There's no earning claims or financial advice. The digital rewards are for utility. We want you to do your own research. And the information provided is for educational purposes. And the nodes and blockchains are governed by the DGF, which is the Distributed Governance Framework. Now, we're going to talk about today the $1 trillion shift that no one's really talking about. And if you could rewind time, and I thought about this, I'm like, man, if we could own a piece of the internet before it exploded, back when the internet first came out, and people are like, what is the internet? Like, who owns the internet? No one owns the internet. When it first came out, people were asking that question, and it was just a highway for information. Like the blockchain we're going to talk to you about is a highway of value. So if you could rewind time, would you do it? Because we're standing at the exact same moment right now. Matter of fact, what I'm going to show you today, it's actually growing faster than the internet in 1996. It's blockchain. And the battleground, video conferencing. And I don't expect you to take anything that I'm going to say. Well, I don't want you just to listen to it. I'm going to give you the documentation. I believe documentation beats conversation. So I want to back up every single thing that I'm saying today with evidence. Now let's talk about some missed waves. Uber. Now you're going to see a slide here in just a couple of minutes that talks about the 3 phases of opportunities. And all of us on here, we were all raised never to get into a car with a stranger. We told our kids that. We were told that. Don't let a stranger get into your car. Lock your doors. So if someone had approached us years ago and said, hey, listen, how would you like to participate in Uber where you can pay to have strangers get in your car, or you could pay to get into a stranger's car or allow them to pay to get in your car? All of us probably said, like I did, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. And now it's a $160 billion organization. What about Airbnb? Strangers staying in your home. That's pretty crazy. Massive. Or Apple. How many of us, knowing what we know now, if we could go back and purchase Apple stock before the iPod, which turned into the iPhones and the iPads, we would all want to go back and do that. But if you're like me, I missed that opportunity. Or Bitcoin. How many of us wish we would have mined Bitcoin back when it was a penny to $5 a coin, and now it's bouncing from $78,000 to $100,000 per coin? If you could have gone back, and I could go back to 2003, early investors that invested in Apple stock, that $1,000, 300x. If you put just $1,000, you had $300,000. If you were in the Uber pre-IPO, it was life-changing. Like, many people became millionaires overnight that saw the vision of Uber. Or if you could go back to Bitcoin when it was a penny to $5 a coin. Now it's 78, 82,000. You have people like Michael Saylor saying it's going to go over $10 million, in the next 10, 15 years or whatever it is. So the pain of missing, every single one of us, we've all felt it. The regret of being too late. However, today I'm going to show you that's not where you are right now, not this time. So do me a favor. I like to keep people engaged, right? If the body's moving, the brain is grooving. So drop "I'm in" the chat if you're done missing the big shifts and you're ready for the next one. So let me tell you why I'm excited about this opportunity we're going to share with you today. So I've got a voicemail on my phone that I've never taken off, and it's back from August 23rd, 2021. It's a friend of mine. Some of you have heard from him on some of these presentations, Tony Swantek. And Tony left me a message, said, "Darin, 2 months ago, I launched an accounting company. I'd love for you to be a part of it. My life was crazy busy. I didn't call him back." And in the next 24 months, he did over $10 billion in revenue. And from my calculations, because I know several people, probably about 5 to 10 people that made $50 to $100 million that called him back and took him up on that offer. That's that shoulda, coulda, woulda. That's why I kept the voicemail, because I never want to make that mistake again of prejudging something before I get all the information and I can make an educated decision. And so when Tony told me, he's like, "Darin, my mentor taught me this." He goes, "Listen, you got to be in the right place at the right time. You have to recognize you're in the right place at the right time. And then you have to take immediate action." So I know I've been in the right place at the right time before, and I did not recognize it. I've been there, recognize it, and I didn't execute. How many of us have made those mistakes in the past? So when I saw Tony have 3 different companies that did over $1 billion in a 36-month window, when he called me and said, "Listen, would you like to fly to Utah to meet with one of the top blockchain guys in the world?" Right? This guy, last blockchain project, they started back in, I think it was 2017. He made $4.3 billion. And I'm like, "Tony, I have no idea when you're mentioning this node stuff, this blockchain stuff, I have no idea what that is. I don't understand it." And in my mind, I was like, it's definitely not for me. But I was smart enough to at least catch myself this time and go, look, the same thinking, the same behavior, the same environment or associations that I have now, it's going to take something different to get me to the next level. It's going to take a different version of me. If I keep doing what I'm doing and thinking the way I'm thinking, behaving the way I'm behaving, keeping the same people around me, I'm going to keep getting what I've always gotten. So I flew out, I listened to the information. It was a fire hose of information. It was overwhelming. But when I finally started to see what you're seeing today, the blockchain is growing faster than the internet in 1996. When I saw the World Economic Forum going that blockchain will disrupt $867 trillion in traditional businesses. When I saw a hedge fund founder being interviewed going, "Listen, everything will be on the blockchain in the future. Everything will be a token." He goes, "From a fine bottle of wine, it's going to be on the blockchain, to a piece of real estate, to a car." And when I was seeing this mass adoption of blockchain, and then all of a sudden I'm looking, okay, Bitcoin just halved. And normally when you have the Bitcoin halving, if you go back and look at what happened in the past, that's a good predictor of the future. And then I saw the first pro-blockchain, pro-crypto presidential campaign in history here in the US. Like, every candidate, no matter which side, they were all talking about blockchain is a wave of the future, right? And now we have our government going, look, we want to be the pro-crypto, the superpower of the world. You have many governments that are saying that. You've got the entire world going from, to a digital currency. We're seeing a major shift. So when I really started to see what I'm sharing with you today, I'm like, this could be everything that I've waited for my entire life. And sometimes there's a bigger T than the T in talent. It's the T in timing. And how many of us wish that our school would have had some type of class, or college would say, hey, look, here's how you recognize the next big trend, the next big wave. Here's how you position yourself in front of it. If you want something different than the masses, you have to do something different than the masses. So it was a German philosopher, Arthur Schopenhauer. And Arthur Schopenhauer said all truth passes through 3 stages. This is the way opportunities work. First, it's ridiculed. Second, it's violently opposed. And then third, it is accepted as self-evident. The challenge is only 3% of the people get into an opportunity in the first 2 most profitable phases, which is ridiculed and violently opposed. Again, think about it. Uber. Would you rather go, invest in Uber now? Or would you rather go back knowing what you know now, when people were laughing at Uber like I was, going, that's the stupidest idea I've ever heard. Why would you jump into a stranger's car, pay to get into a stranger's car, or let a stranger pay to get in your car? The ridiculed and violently opposed, that was the most profitable stages in that opportunity. Or Bitcoin. Everyone that laughed at Bitcoin, or everyone that loves Bitcoin now, they used to be a hater of Bitcoin, saying it's for scammers and criminals. And now they understand, no, a criminal wouldn't want to use Bitcoin because it's all on a blockchain. It's there for everyone to see, right? So whether it's Uber, Airbnb, or cell phones, the guy in Northern Virginia that I knew that had 12 cell phone stores that were all losing money in the late 80s, people laughed at him, said, why would I spend several $1,000s and bolt a phone into my car or carry it around like a massive backpack? Is the reception great? Nope, it was terrible. There was only a few cell phone towers. Is it inexpensive to operate? Nope. It is very expensive to operate a cell phone in the late 80s. They were ridiculed and violently opposed. So now it's hard to make a living selling cell phones, where if you were positioned late 80s, you're probably rich like this guy because he got positioned in those first 2 most profitable phases. So the 3 biggest lies about this space when it comes to blockchain and video conferencing is video conferencing is saturated. That's a big lie. We saw after the shutdowns, or during the shutdowns and afterwards, that life as we knew it was never going to exist again. Everything changed. We now live on video conferencing. It's not slowing down. It's growing every day. It's a way of the future. Even companies that had everybody working from home, it's now a hybrid model. It's never going back to the way it was. Or the next big lie was the one that I was thinking when I was flying out to Utah. Only coders and crypto experts profit from the blockchain. Do I have to be a techie? Do I have to know and understand how it really works? And by the way, I used to think that crypto and blockchain were the same thing. I don't know about you, but that's like saying email and internet are the same thing. It's not. Email operates through the internet. Crypto operates through blockchain, but it's not the same thing. And then number 3, it's too late to get in early. Here's the truth. The next video evolution is starting right now, and R-Link opens it up to everyone, even non-crypto enthusiasts. This is why I've been to all my friends and family, as many as I can, and I'm getting to them as fast as I can, going, look, I don't care if you're into what I'm into or not. I don't care if this is for you or not, but I at least want you to take a look so you can't come back and say, why didn't you tell me when you first started? So let's look at the $95 billion opportunity that you've been locked out of. The massive industry, video conferencing, is only controlled by a few tech giants. The percentage of value captured by platform owners, big tech. But your current share is 0%. That's not I'm not a math genius, but I know 0% is not a good percentage when it comes to your share. So the big problem no one's talking about is a few companies control the entire infrastructure, all of it, when it comes to online communication. Users create the value, but receive none of the financial benefits. And so data exploitation is the business model. Your personal information, your metadata are really, that's the whole products. That's the products that are being sold. You pay for the platform. Then you give them your data. Then you bring your friends, your family, your business associates and acquaintances and prospects to their platform. So now they capture their data and they monetize it and you get nothing. I don't like that business model, and you probably don't. That's why you're on here as well. Here's what Mark Zuckerberg, I was watching this documentary on a flight and I was shocked that this got out, but this is a text. He said, Facebook users, when they go, man, how are you getting people to give you their information? And he's like, Facebook users are dumb Fs for sharing data, giving up privacy. So he goes, they're giving it to me for free. So the evolution of online communication, Web 1, that was static websites, email, and basic chat. That was when a lot of techies came online, military. Web 2 was when all of us came online, social media, centralized video platforms. Then Web 3 is blockchain powered, user-owned infrastructure owned by people like you and me. That's where our link comes in. This is the next era, decentralized video with a built-in economic model. This is how video, kind of evolved. The future of video is inevitable. It started out with Skype. Grainy, can you hear me now? Skype. Then it went to GoToWebinar. Not hardly any interaction at all if you're on a GoToWebinar. Then it went over to Zoom and Google Meet and Teams. Then our link now is the new kid on the block. So every time we got more features, but it kept the same business model. The centralized control, the tech giants owned it. So on this platform and our blockchain, okay, you can use it, contribute to it, benefit from it. It's designed for builders, the early adopters, and the ones that are ready to stop watching from the sidelines. Here's how our link flips the equation. All right, what if the next generation of video infrastructure was built by us, not owned by a few giants? What if you could be rewarded for helping to power the platform? That's what makes our link possible. So the traditional model works like this. You use the platform, they profit. Pretty simple model. The transformation, blockchain decentralizes ownership. If you look at the way blockchain works, Uber uses other people's cars, Airbnb uses other people's houses. If they hack my bank, your bank, all the information is in that one location. But when you decentralize it, and all of a sudden your information is on hundreds and thousands of computers, and they go, okay, well, I got one number of Darin's, it's 7. Is it his address, his social security number, his whatever it may be? They would have to hack hundreds and thousands of computers at one time. So not only is it more secure, but when you decentralize it, there isn't one giant that owns it. We own the platform. So it gives ownership back to the people. And then the R-Link model, you help power it and you get rewarded. We know now as a society, you reward what you want repeated. If you're in any type of business, when I went and got my coffee this morning, I got my rewards for getting my coffee. When I got my smoothie, I got rewarded. When I got gas, I used my American Airlines card. So I got my points, my fly miles, so I can fly my family for free to different places. So people want to get rewarded for what they do. And that's the way our model works. Here's our participation flywheel. You use it. You can host or join meetings on R-Link. You add energy to the flywheel through real world usage. What I love about R-Link, like all of us have heard of different, projects. Let's say Dogecoin, right? So Dogecoin, I remember buying Dogecoin when it was a couple pennies a piece. And it went all the way up to, I think, 67 cents at one point. Dogecoin, what can you use it for? Nothing. Like how much revenue they have coming in? Nothing. They built a community. But you're actually on a platform right now. We're creating real usage with a service that you can use. It's not pie in the sky, something that will be one day. You power it. You can run a rally node. A rally node is basically software. It used to have to be hardware, right? So a Bitcoin mining node mines Bitcoin. An Ethereum mining node mines Ethereum. A rally node, the R in R-Link stands for rally. It's going to mine R-Link tokens on a daily basis. or you hold the rally tokens. You participate in the system's future beyond just access. You can buy them just like you could Dogecoin or Bitcoin or Ethereum. So meet Arlink, the first blockchain-powered video conferencing platform. It's built for privacy. I love this. No tracking, no surveillance, no selling your data. We have come to basically just, we're comfortable with it now, which is not good, where we know if we speak something that our phone is actually listening to us, Zuckerberg is listening, and the next thing you know, you're talking about Italy. Like I was just doing a video conference with someone in Italy, and guess what? This afternoon, probably on my phone, there'll be ads with flights to Italy because they're listening to us speak and they're tracking, surveilling, and selling our data. But that's not what we do. We're built for privacy. We're designed for growth. I'm going to show you some business tools, some AI features, and you can customize your events. And then a reward system where you can use it and earn rally tokens in the process. See, in video conferencing, there's no loyalty. If somebody's going to send you a link, we would jump on whatever link they would send us, whether it was Zoom, GoToWebinar, Microsoft Teams. But if you knew that you were getting rewarded every time you did a video conference like today, would you ever use anyone else's link again? Just like I didn't use my debit card this morning. I could have getting gas, but I'm like, why would I do that when I can not get rewarded or get rewarded by using my American Airlines card, right? I'm going to use my American Airlines card. So not only can you go, and again, if you give people a choice, would you rather control your data or have someone else? Would you rather have someone tracking your data, surveilling you, selling your data, or not? Everyone's going to choose, no, I would rather control my data. If I want to monetize it, I want to make that decision. And then if you give people a choice, would you rather earn rewards for using video conferencing or not? They're going to choose every time, I would rather earn rewards using that platform. So how can you be a part of the revolution? You use Arlink, which we're on right now, secure, privacy-first video conferencing. Own a rally node. We'll talk about what that is in just a couple minutes. Get rewarded for powering the network infrastructure, or you hold Arlink tokens. Those are the three ways you can participate. So the difference in Arlink is you help run the network. When you participate in the infrastructure that powers the platform, like you're going to get rewarded for it, but you can do that. You can earn tokens for participation and referrals. Not only just being a customer, are you able to earn tokens? Okay, we're putting the action points in right now and getting ready to vote on it. But then when you refer other paid customers, you can earn tokens. And then you can own the infrastructure, not just rent it. You become a stakeholder in the technology and not just a customer. You can decide what fits you the best. So the real cost of inaction, every meeting you host on another platform, their platform makes them stronger and does nothing for you. Every call you join feeds their system, but you stay locked out of it. Every month you wait enriches big tech and you get zero rewards. So every day you sit on Zoom is another day you make somebody else rich. That's the cost of inaction. So what is a node? It's software. Okay, back when a Bitcoin mining node, back in the day, it had to be a physical device. It was very expensive with the power to mine Bitcoin. Our nodes operate off of less than what it takes to operate a light bulb. And nowadays, the way technology has evolved, just like the beginning cell phones, the flip phones, right, or the Blackberries, and now we carry a major computer in our hand, in our pocket with a smartphone now. And by the way, you have a smartphone, you have a smart TV, you're going to have a smart wallet. And we'll show you how you can get that for free today. But your Rally software now doesn't have to be on a device. You can if you would like. I don't want to have to worry about my computer going to sleep or electricity going out. Most people host it in the cloud, which there's all kinds of third-party providers. We have one that I know I use is $4.95 a month per node. And the more nodes you get, the less price it is per month to keep that active. And it's proof of participation. Your node does not even have to handle the transactions. I was thinking about how many transactions when you hit Uber at the airport. You hit the app, it sees what drivers are around you, what type of vehicle do you want to have and hire, what route it's going to take, how much is it going to cost. You're going to tip them. They're going to rate you. You're going to rate them. There's all these transactions that are happening. Well, with a rally node, as long as it's on 6 hours a day, which if it's in the cloud, you just check and make sure it's on. Most of the time it's on 24 hours a day and it's running in the cloud. You don't have to put on your software, and it's proof of participation. If the network dings and your node is on for at least 6 hours in a 24-hour window, you get rewarded the same as if mine's on 24 hours. A rally node right now is mining, and we'll talk about how this works, about 3,000 tokens a day. Now, that's going to continue to go down. I'll tell you why, but that's about 90,000 tokens a month right now, which is huge. Okay, can you imagine if you had a Bitcoin mining node that back in the day was mining 90,000 Bitcoin a day? Can you imagine if you had a Dogecoin node that was mining 90,000 Dogecoin a month, or XRP, or whatever your favorite, crypto is? But think of it like owning a digital toll booth. Imagine a highway where every car pays a toll. Now imagine you own one of the toll booths, but instead of cars, it's video meetings. And instead of tolls, you get rally tokens. So the data highway, the video meetings flow through the network like cars on a highway. Your toll booth, your rally node, is processing traffic and collects rally tokens. So those tokens are your rewards you earn with or without active participation in each meeting. I think that's such a cool example. Or look at it like a cell phone tower. Here in Virginia, and our family has land out in the middle of nowhere, but a cell phone company approached us and they go, hey, listen, we can't buy property all over the world, but what we do is we find people like you. If you will rent us a little piece of your land, just like a little piece of your computer, and what we're going to do is we're going to reward you every month, no matter how many transactions go through that tower. My family just signed another 6-figure contract for putting a cell phone tower on their property. So they need the landowners, they need their property, and the landowners provide it and get paid to do so. A rally node works the same way. Again, an Uber uses other people's cars, Airbnb uses other people's houses, cell phone towers uses other people's land, blockchain uses other people's computing power. They don't have to have one massive facility with tons of computers when all of a sudden it's distributed across hundreds and thousands of people, their computer power across the world. It's like owning a slice of the system that everyone else is using. You don't need to code. Thank goodness for me, or I would not be a part of this. Okay. The software is designed to be user-friendly for non-tech people like me. You may be a techie, I'm not. You don't need expensive hardware. Again, most people, they use a third-party cloud provider. So it's not even on your computer. You just install it, set it up once, and you start earning rewards as usage grows. As long as your node is active and online, right? Helps power the R-Link network. If they ding your node and it's active for at least 6 hours, you're getting paid in tokens. You're getting rewarded. Okay, let's talk about 3 quick secrets why big tech profits while you get left behind. That's one secret. The hidden truth. Look at this graphic closely. Okay, they build $1 billion platform on your usage, your data, your friends, family, your prospects, everybody you bring to them that gives them more data. And then you get a big zero ownership, zero rewards, and zero to say. So if you want to look at the colors, the platform revenue, you see that is like a yellow, and the shareholder value is red, and then you have executive bonuses. And then user rewards and user ownership, you can see if you can find that on there, but you don't get that. So that chart is pretty powerful. So let's talk about the model, the exploit model in action. If you're not getting paid, you're not the customer, you are the product. Once again, you host the meeting, provide the content, bring the participants, they monetize the data, which becomes their asset, by the way, and you get nothing, no compensation for contribution at all. So the platform that shares rewards with the people who power it. This is brilliant. If you give it to the people, allow the people to be a part of it. Okay, we use the platform, we earn tokens. We host meetings, you get rewarded. You run a node, you're owning part of the infrastructure, and you receive mine rally tokens daily. Imagine this. Every meeting you host, every session that passes through your node helps grow the network, and you're the one getting rewarded, not big tech. Secret number 2, what if you could own a part of what everyone else just uses? You may know some people right now going, look, I know people, they're not going to want to mine and have a node, but they'll definitely want to use this platform, especially when I show you what I'm going to show you here in just a minute. So you power the platform, they keep the profit. A few executives, almost all of them created millions of users. They capture, let me repeat that again. A few executives capture almost all value created by millions of users. Your data, attention, and content become their profit engine. The users provide everything that makes the platform valuable, yet receive nothing. Again, when you really start to think about this, it starts to agitate you if it does you like it does me. Your meetings, connections, and time fuel their growth. You do the work, they take the profit. That's a one-way value flow. Every minute you spend on their platform enriches shareholders and not you. This is how big tech built an empire without paying the builders. It's smart on their part, but it's not smart on our part to allow that to continue. Your content creates value. Every time you post, every time someone comments, and meetings, you build their platform worth. They capture your data. That's their asset. Shareholders collect the profits while the creators receive nothing. That's changed. That's why they're starting to call this the creators economy, because the people are getting fed up with that. And then the cycle continues. Zoom made $3.4 billion in revenue just in 2024 alone. You probably made the same thing that I did from Zoom, 0. Why this opportunity won't wait? Timing is not just the detail. It's the difference between watching others win or being one of them. So just like Bitcoin, there's a fixed number of Bitcoin. There's only a certain amount. Same thing with the rally nodes. When I flew out to Utah, and these people in the room that were a part of a previous blockchain project, there's 100,000 nodes, just like in Rally. Once they're gone, they're gone. And then only way you could ever buy one is if you happen to find someone that wanted to sell it. When the way the tokenomics work, there's 50 billion, just like there's a fixed amount of Bitcoin, there's 50 billion. There's a fixed amount of Rally tokens. It's 50 billion. Half are released the first 12 months. That's 25 billion. Half the next 12 months. Half the next 12 months. So it's going to go from 25 billion, the next year 12.5 billion, then 6+ billion, 3, 1, and so on and so forth. So today is the lowest the node will ever be again. Today, you will get more tokens than you ever get, because the more nodes that are sold, the more the tokens are distributed. The very first year, the most tokens are distributed. So right now, a Rally node is getting about 3,000 rewards a day, give or take. It's about 90,000 a month. If you have 10 nodes, that's 900,000 a month. And by the way, there's a promotion right now, okay, when you're watching this live, where we're going to give you over a month of distribution free for purchasing a node. If you sell someone a node, we'll give you 100,000 bonus tokens. That's over a month of distribution. So the more people, and that's just a bonus, by the way, a side note. So the rewards decrease as more people join. So the early adopters get the largest slice. That's why urgency is key, right? I was like, why would someone, when I was Googling this previous project and all the nodes are sold, I found someone that wanted to sell it on Google. It was $170-some thousand. And I'm like, why would I pay that when it's halved for several years, since 2017 or 18? What is that, 7, 8 years, whatever it was? Every year it goes in half. And again, I didn't understand the power of blockchain. Not only is it the tokens, but just like looking at your node as a toll booth, there's transaction fees like Ethereum gas fees. They're called node support rewards. There's so many other benefits of being a node owner, but definitely this slide helps you see that urgency is the key. We launched back in September. So we're early in the project as you're watching this. Now let's talk about Netflix and Blockbuster. We've talked about, the way video conferencing progressed from the different versions. Like every time they gave us more benefits, but they kept the model the same. when they went from, what was the first one? I don't know. We went to GoToWebinar, then Zoom, and all the other ones. They kept adding more features, but it was the same model. Well, when Netflix went into Blockbuster and said, hey, listen, we have a better way. We have a better model. And Blockbuster literally laughed them out the door when they were going to sell to Blockbuster for $50 million. And now Blockbuster is extinct. It's a dinosaur. It doesn't exist. So when I put into ChatGPT, how would you compare our link in our blockchain project to Netflix? Like, this is a lesson right here for everyone to take notes on, not just for this, but everything. It talked about the lesson of timing and innovation. Blockbuster ignored the shift to streaming and digital experiences, holding on to a dying business model. Netflix embraced change early, pivoting from DVD rentals to streaming, then to original content. Timing was everything. We mentioned a minute ago, there's a bigger T than the T in talent sometimes. It's the T in timing. How many of us know, don't put in the chat, it'd be mean, but how many of us know someone we're like, they're not that smart? How did they do what they did? It's called timing. Sometimes there's a bigger T than the T in talent. It's a T in timing. Timing was everything. Netflix saw where the world was going and moved before it was popular. When you have Gretzky, he goes, look, I'm not the fastest. I'm not the strongest. But the reason I have success is because I don't skate where the puck is. I skate where the puck is going. Blockbuster had the chance to buy Netflix for $50 million and passed. Now, the only thing Blockbuster is good for is it's a case study for missed opportunities. Video conferencing, the new frontier. We're at a similar inflection point in how we communicate and collaborate. Legacy platforms are becoming the new blockbusters, clunky, bloated, and outdated. Our link to traditional platforms is what Netflix was to DVD rentals, faster, smarter, and built for the next era. Enter blockchain, the infrastructure shift. Just like streaming transformed media. Think about that. From a VCR tape, Be Kind and Rewind, to a DVD, to streaming. It transformed media. Blockchain is transforming trust, transparency, and security. Blockchain isn't just about crypto. It's about the foundation of next-gen digital collaboration. Our link in blockchain offers verified identity, secure data ownership, and decentralized collaboration. No middlemen, no manipulation. It's about owning your content, your meetings, your data, like owning your future. So the takeaways: don't be the next Blockbuster. Adapt before you're forced to. Timing is everything. Early adopters win. And the future communication is real-time, secure, and decentralized. Our link is your Netflix moment. Don't miss it. I thought that was powerful. Secret number 3, the AI advantage. Turn meetings into revenue machines. This is the first video platform built to convert, not just to communicate. So if you know anyone that's a marketer, they have a sales team, they're a business builder, right? If they want to move the needle and not just check a box, this is the platform for them. We have AI-powered translation. So up at the top, you see view. If you click on that, click on translations, you could pick Chinese, you can pick Spanish, you can pick whatever language, and it translates in real time. Not like I used to have to do, where I would speak one sentence, somebody come on and translate for me, speak another sentence, same thing. It took a long time to do a short meeting. So now we have AI that does that on the spot. Clickable on-screen CTAs. I'm going to show you some examples so you can turn conversations into conversions seamlessly. Virtual environments. We can create branded engagement spaces just like you're seeing on the screen. Now, here's one on the side. Overcoming stress and anxiety audio series. This is some of the people we were showing our platform. If you're telling them about your series like that, they can click on that link and go straight to purchase it. Or maybe I'm like, hey, you need to buy my next nutrition product. It's going to grow your hair back. Like, click on that button, right? This doesn't do that. But I'm just saying, I don't even know anything about that. But that's an example. We were showing someone how they could put that CTA on the screen. Here's another company we were talking to. So if you look, we customize the buttons up top Hey, if you're interested in our valet services, click the link. Traffic control, curb management, consulting services, if you want to contact us. So these are on screen that are clickable and much more. And then the real estate broker that I was talking to in Florida, I'm sitting there going, look, you can invite people on and then showcase a house and then let them click on the link to book a private showing right on the spot. You can strike while the iron is hot, while the emotions are involved. So most platforms help you talk. Our link helps you sell. And why is this important? Because we believe we're going to put millions of people on this platform. Tony built a 1 million person organization. I've built organizations that have done hundreds of millions all around the world. We have another couple in our community built a 3 million person organization and much more. We're bringing on some of the top influencers out there in the world. We're bringing on people. We're talking to several companies right now, have over 1 million team members, some in the insurance space, some in the direct selling space. And so we know that we can put a lot of people onto this platform, which is big because that's real world utility. That's real world revenue. While most platforms focus on conversation, we're going to help you with conversion. This is where sales happen before the call ends, not, hey, when you get off of here and think about it, get back with us. You're able to do it right on the call. You can have the offer appear right when you present it. The attendees can click, buy, or book without ever leaving the video conference. The entire flow is seamless and built in. It's a sales system, lives right inside your meeting room. So imagine hosting a meeting that rewards you in real time. You earn rally tokens from participation and node traffic. You're getting rewarded for using the platform and running the infrastructure if you choose. You could close deals inside the meeting room with zero friction. So we have built-in tools, and we can help show you how to create customizable tools for you and your business. So it's not just Web 3.0. We're talking business 3.0. This is the next evolution of not just video conferencing, but business 3.0. So 3 ways to join the future of video before the masses catch on. Again, everyone knows what a cell phone is now. Opportunity to do what the guy that I met did in the late 80s, over. Everyone, we're comfortable with Uber now, but where was the real opportunity? When people were laughing at it. Number 1, you can use the platform. Experience what we shared with you. Number 2, you can own a rally node. Okay, be a part of the infrastructure. And then number 3, you can acquire the tokens. But here's what we built to support you. We have step-by-step onboarding, comprehensive guidance for any option you choose. We have community access to a private support and success community. And we have lots of training materials, right? Easy to follow resources that help you get up and running extremely fast. And here's what sets us apart as we start closing out this presentation. We have real participation in the future Web 3.0 and next gen video conferencing infrastructure. We have the built-in AI conversion tools and a reward system designed to help benefit active participants. You're not just using a platform, you're contributing to how it's actually run. So the window's closing. Like, this is not hype. This is just the way it works. It's not limited. It's final. Our link is a fixed supply ecosystem. Once the maximum number of nodes are claimed, there's no more. I had two business partners that were on last week, and they bought nodes and very excited about the platform. And one was arguing with the other one going, if you knew about this 6 months ago, why didn't you tell me? He's, well, I didn't think you'd be interested. You shouldn't have thought. You should have at least approached me with it, right? And so there's 100% fixed supply of the nodes, and new nodes after they're gone, you can see the number, it's 0. So the first movers always get the advantage. Early adoption, you secure your position before mainstream awareness. The network growth, more users equals more traffic flowing through your infrastructure, and then increased rewards. Early node owners, operators are positioned to earn more. Let me give you a personal story from me. And again, there's no guarantee in anything. But when I was in the room were people that were participating in this blockchain project in the beginning, when most people laughed about it, from 2017, there was 2 different guys. One bought $250,000 in nodes and like, I'm not going to build a community. I'm not going to tell, I just want to buy the nodes, set them up, let them run, collect the tokens. You can do that and not tell anyone. The other gentleman said, look, I don't have but a few $1,000s to put in. And so I'd like to buy a few nodes. But if I can build the community, there's an algorithm, right, that rewards you. Just like when I go into the coffee shop, the more you spend, there's an algorithm, the more points you get to earn free stuff quicker. Well, this blockchain, our project, has an algorithm. And with that algorithm, as you share it with the community, like this other guy did, he goes, I want to make up in sharing and building the community what I lack in funds to buy nodes. Both of them made, and again, there's no guarantee, but I'm just telling you their personal story. They both made tens of millions of dollars. One built the community, one just put in a lot of money and bought a lot more nodes. So when I saw that here, when I'm with Tony and he's buying millions of dollars in nodes, I'm like, I don't have millions of dollars to put into nodes. Even though it's a section 179, check with your CPA. I'm like, why are you spending so much in nodes? He's like, not only do I believe in it, but it's off the shelf software. So I can take it off my taxes. I can depreciate it. Just like I bought a vehicle that weighs 6,000 pounds, the Lexus LX 600, it was a tax write-off. These are off the shelf software. Check with your CPA. He goes, but, so I didn't have that. But I'm like, hey, if you're telling me I can build a community and multiply my rewards, I'm all in. So in the last several days, I was just showing a friend of mine, I'm like, look, this is one day, not anything that I sold, but because I shared and helped build a community, I had one day this week where I got 1.5 million rally tokens just off of the rewards. And I'm like, imagine if, and I was thinking in my mind, my wife's like, are you doing math? Right? Had the calculator out like, man, imagine if this went to this. Imagine if this went to that. So you can increase your rewards and we can show you how to do that. Why people miss out. Again, this is something I wish they'd have taught us in school. It's not hype. It's just how every tech wave works. The internet, Bitcoin, Uber, those who move first, they own the upside. Okay. Most people wait for guarantees. By the time something's guaranteed, the biggest opportunities are gone. They underestimate the timing. They fail to recognize when a technology is at its inflection point, and they don't act when it's still early. Remember when I said, Tony, like, what was the secret of your success? He goes, I had a mentor that told me you need to be in the right place, the right time, recognize you're in the right place, the right time, and take massive immediate action. So let's look at the pattern. The hesitation phase. Most people wait for proven technology, missing the greatest growth period. When cell phones first came out, they were clunky. You had to press a button 15 times to get to the right letter in the alphabet to text someone. Some of you are laughing because you're my age, right? And that was not now when you have everything in your pocket, right? It's amazing what this one smartphone can do. You have the inflection point. This is where we are right now with Arlene, right before massive awareness. Then you have the adoption curve. Early position secures maximum rewards as the network grows exponentially. Then the window closes. Once mainstream adoption hits, early advantages are permanently locked in. Like that's it. You can't go back. It's hindsight is 2020. So the question to you is, will you move while it still matters? You don't have to build a platform. You don't have to create the technology. You just have to say yes while it's still early. So right now you have a decision to make. You want to be one of the first few who saw the shift before it was obvious, or one of the many who looked back and said, I missed it again. So 3 simple steps. Try the platform, experience what we just shared with you. Then you can claim your Rally node or R-Link tokens. The person that invited you can help you set up a free account. I have a smart TV in my office. I have a smartphone. I'm sure you do too. Smart TV, smartphones. Everyone is going to have a smart wallet if you do not already have one. It's the way the person that invited you can help you set up your smart wallet. They can help you secure a Rally node and use the service, and then join the community. Okay, become part of the network powering the next generation of online computing. Will you be the infrastructure or watch it happen again? The $1 trillion shift in video conferencing is happening right now. It's the Netflix blockbuster scenario. Those who position themselves early will own a piece of the infrastructure that powers the future of online communication. This is why you definitely want to act. But here's what you get when you purchase a node. With the R-Link node, you have a lifetime node license, off-the-shelf software. You own a permanent part of R-Link, the network. Your node license never expires, establishing your position. Simple setup. It's plug and play. We can help you set it up within minutes, and we have how-to videos, how-to documents. We can help you with that. We have an exclusive community that has access to the early adopters, and then ongoing support and a lot of training. Let's talk about what it's actually worth to you. Now, I don't know about you, but I've had some traditional businesses. I had some franchises, and I'm like, if there's going to be a franchise that's pretty simple, it's going to be frozen yogurt. This is back when that frozen yogurt craze had hit many years ago. And I remember the franchises, we spent several $100,000 in each one getting it up and operational. We had 5-year leases, several $1,000s a month for a 1,000 square foot little space, employees and overhead. It was crazy. So here you're talking about blockchain consulting. We have a Learn to Earn Academy. We have all types of education. If you went to get someone to consult you in blockchain going, I want to be a part of it, we have $10,000 here. I believe that's really low, because when I was building my YouTube channel, I hired one of the top YouTubers in Forbes multiple times. The last time I paid him $15,000 for 4 hours virtually on a video conference. So 10,000, it would be much more than that in my opinion, but let's just say 10,000. Web3 startup equity. Let's say you wanted a high risk investment and you put in a little bit, 25 grand. Right? Or the SaaS, the software as a service infrastructure. Like when you look at what it takes to run this platform, all the employees, the branding, the social media, the emails, the coding, the blockchain side, it is massive. That's why most people never do it. But here, you don't have to worry about it. You can purchase a Rally node for a fraction of the cost with permanent ownership. So claim your node at the current early price. Like I said, they go up $100 for every 100 nodes that are sold, and they're placed sequentially on the blockchain. So the way the blockchain works, just like if you check out Bitcoin or anything else, it's a line item. It's on a ledger. It's like a Google spreadsheet. You purchase your node right now. 5 minutes later, 20, 30 people on here go purchase a node. Every one of them falls underneath you in the blockchain. So that's definitely time sensitive. And then we have network growth rewards as R-Link scales. The earliest contributors are best positioned to grow the platform, not just use it. So let me just walk you through this. 20-minute setup. You can activate your Rally node with a very simple process very quickly. It's plug and play. You don't have to have crypto knowledge, coding experience, no technical background. If I can do it, you can do it. Proven support. We have thousands, not hundreds now. We have thousands of node owners, okay, with our guided step-by-step assistants that have used it to get online, that knew nothing like I did about nodes or blockchain. So with every step of the process, we keep in mind simplicity. It takes a genius to keep it simple, and we continue to work on making it simpler and simpler. So the window's closing fast, the network is growing, price increases are scheduled, you're still early, and the opportunity cost is real. And so what I would recommend is get back to the person that invited you and let them know, where do you see yourself? Okay. Again, when I had Tony call me and leave me that voicemail back in August 23rd, 2021, and I didn't call him back, and the amount that it cost me, I was in the right place, the right time, didn't recognize I was in the right place, the right time, and I didn't take action. So today we've given you all the information. Right? Blockchain growing faster than the internet in 1996. The World Economic Forum, not me, not the person that invited you, the World Economic Forum saying that blockchain will disrupt $867 trillion in traditional business markets. You got the whole world going from the ridiculed and opposed to the self-evident phase when seeing that blockchain is growing faster than the internet. We have governments saying we want to be the crypto superpower of the world. We want to put the budget of our country on the blockchain so it's transparent and it's open for everyone to see. We're all going to a digital currency, Our grandkids will laugh and go, I cannot believe, grandma and grandpa, that you printed money, right? You printed paper and you called it money. So we're here at that shift. And I believe after today, look at today's date on your calendar. After today, I believe you will never be able to say that you were in the right place, the right time ever again. And so many people say that and hype it up. I'm just saying documentation beats conversation. Every day you can't turn on the news. You can't look at social media. Everywhere you look, they're talking about blockchain and crypto. And here we have a platform. And by the way, when I was sitting with the person that helped launch that video blockchain, they decentralized gaming, the blockchain project, and this guy made 4 billion plus. And at one point, that project was trading $1 to $3 billion a day. And he goes, Darin, do you realize that our link has done more revenue the first 4 months than that project did the first 4 years combined? I would say that's a pretty good sign that we're on the right track. We're doing the right things. So get back to the person that invited you. The next presentation like this is tomorrow at noon. The same room, the person that invited you. Yep, you can see it on the screen. Same presentation, the same overview. At noon tomorrow, we will have a different top leader presenting tomorrow at noon. So the great news is you can get everybody that you want to see what you just saw and invite them to tomorrow at noon at the same location you are right now, and they can see the same presentation that you did. So thanks so much. Get back to the person that invited you. Have an amazing day and look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.